Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of the RBL. This is Season 6, Week 8. We are playing the Mountain View Murkrows, coached by Hayward. His team is the one that you see on the top of your screen, the other side of the battlefield. And my team, of course, is the one you see on this side of the battlefield, which is the following team. It is Heatran. This is an Assault Vest, I don't know how to speak today, an Assault Vest Heatran with Flash Fire, of course, with max HP, max special attack, and 4 special defense with a modest nature. I'm running the Fire Blast, the Flash Cannon, the Earth Power, and the Hidden Power Ice for the Landorus. Everything else I think is pretty self-explanatory. Next is Mr. Ray the Mantine. It's Leftovers with Water Absorb, with max HP, max special defense, and 4 special attack, with Scald, Roost, Defog, and Toxic. Next is the Crustal with Leftovers and Sturdy, with max attack, max HP, and 4 special defense, with an Adamant nature, with Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, X-Scissor, Earthquake. Then it is Rift Tamsin the Sharpedo with Life Orb and Speed Boost, with max attack, max speed, and 4 special defense, with an Adamant nature, and Protect, Waterfall, Earthquake, and Crunch as the attacking moves. And Protect's not an attacking move. Next is Cinccino, Pumpkin Spice Cinccino with the King's Rock. This is the week, I think, where I didn't run Skill Link and I ran Technician. I believe it's this week. On the Team Builder, I have Skill Link because I switched it after the battle, which I shouldn't have done. But I want it to be acknowledged that I did accidentally run the wrong ability, and I think it's this week. But I have 40 HP, max attack, and 216 speed with a Jolly nature, with U-turn, Tail Slap, Rock Blast, and Bullet Seed. That allows it to outspeed anything that it has a higher base speed than. I think there might be something, I think maybe Mega Beedrill, like it outspeeds it anyway, so it's like it didn't really matter. And then lastly is Sneck the Superior. I'm running the Grass EMZ. Of course, the Contrary with max special attack, max speed, and 4 special defense, with a Timid nature, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Rock, and Substitute. So, we'll get into this. Yeah. So, I believe I lead off with my Rock Setter, which would be Crustal this week. He leads off with his Cobalion. I'm actually leading off with the Mantine, because I think I was worried about the potential either Tentacruel lead or something, potentially. I'm going to Roost, though, as he goes for the Volt Switch, just to basically, nothing really happened that turn other than him switching out. I'm going to Scald, try to get the burn, and I get it. First try, which is always nice. He's going for the Toxic Spikes. He's going for the Ice Beam this turn, so I see we are the same speed, because neither of these moves I used have minus priority, or negative priority. I'm going to switch out now. I'm bringing Sharpedo, as he goes for the Toxic Spikes, which I figured he would do. I'm going to bring this thing in. I don't get a speed boost off because I switched it in. I'm going to Protect, though, as he goes into the Cobalion. So don't actually go for the Protect. I could Protect again here, but I don't, because I'm worried about the close combat coming through, because Earthquake isn't a guaranteed KO, and he's going to close combat me. I'm going to lose 30% as he loses his defense and special defense go down. And I'm going to Defog again, because I don't want to deal with these spikes. But I might Roost first. I Defog, because I don't want to deal with this. And I'm going to switch out into the Crustal here, because that's what Crustal's here for, to deal with this thing. As he Mega Evolves, he's going to go for the Knockoff, and it's going to do 33%, which is a lot for a Knockoff against this thing, which should be resisted, but it's not. He's going to go into Cobalion this turn. I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks. He's going to close combat, and it's going to do a lot. Not enough to KO, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake. This thing has a Shuckaberry, so it only does 42%. And I'm going to switch out now, because I'm going to close combat would KO me as I go into Superior. He's going to set up his own Stealth Rocks. He's going to switch out as I set up a Substitute as he goes into the Tentacruel. So I can now go for the Leaf Storm, get some special attack boosts. I don't want to go for the Giga Drain on this thing, which I have, Leaf Storm and Giga Drain, because I don't want this thing to have Liquid Ooze and make me take some damage. I'm going for the Rapid Spin, get rid of the rocks, and I'm going to, I think, go for another Leaf Storm here, which is not going to KO, so leave it at 2%, but I'm now at +2 special attack, goes for the Ice Beam, and I'm here. going to go for the Hidden Power Rock, just to KO this thing, because then it'll do the damage to KO. So it is now a +2 special attack superior. It's going to bring in his Volcarona, which I have the Hidden Power Rock just for this thing, so I'm going to Hidden Power Rock and get rid of the Volcarona before it can Quiver Dance. Now he goes into the thing that I'm worried about, which is the Beedrill. I don't want to stay in against the Beedrill, so I'm going to switch out and bring in the Crustle, which is just going to die here to anything. He's going to go for the U-turn. He's going to KO me, but this gives me Switch Initiative. He brings out his Cobalion, which means I can bring in Cinccino, which doesn't KO, and here's where I realize, yeah, I missed the Tail Slap. He goes for the Close Combat, and he gets a crit. So this wasn't the week where I had the wrong one. Maybe that was weeks ago. I don't know. I don't even remember anymore. But he's going to bring in I'm going to bring in my Sharpedo, and I'm going to get Speed Boost up. So he goes into Tangrowth, which I can't actually do anything to. So I'm going to have to switch out again. This Tangrowth is the biggest issue. I'm going to bring in Superior, and I'm actually going to just let this thing Giga Drain me, which is going to do a decent amount. And I'm going to go for the Bloom Doom, because this is an AV Tangrowth, and it's going to do, like, nothing. It's going to do 21% to an AV Tangrowth. And he's Hidden Power, probably Hidden Power Fire, Hidden Power Ice, and KO me. I'm going to go into Heatran now, and I'm going to miss a Fire Blast, so that's the second missed attack already on my end. He's going to Earthquake. It's not going to KO, but I'll go for another Fire Blast, and you'll see it does 72%, so I could have KO'd this Tangrowth if I hadn't missed that Fire Blast. But he probably would have switched out. I don't think he would have stayed in. He knows how good Tangrowth is for his team. And I'm going to go into Sharpedo, where the only way I can really win is through hacks at this point. So he's going to bring in the Landorus. Going to, lower my attack. I'm going to Waterfall, do a decent amount of damage here, get a Speed Boost up, and going to get a Protect up as he goes for the Explosion, which was interesting. Get my speed up again, but I still have minus attack, which is unfortunate, and I don't want that. He's going to go into Tangrowth, and I'm just going to go for the Crunch, hopefully get a defense drop. If I wasn't minus attack, I would have KO'd there, but I don't, or a flinch or something. I would have wanted a flinch, actually, but I don't get it. Mr. Ray, the Mantine, is not going to be able to win this for me at this point, unfortunately, and we're going to have a bit of I think a Toxic here, and it's just like a long, drawn-out thing for a few turns. I miss a Toxic, so it's a third miss attack already. This battle is awful. I'm telling you, this battle is one of the worst battles I've ever had. It was just terrible. He's going to switch out, bring in Cobalion, and I'm going to miss another Toxic, not that it mattered, but that's a fourth miss attack, just letting you know that I missed 4 attacks. He's going to Volt Switch. It's not going to KO me, because none of them have. And he's going to bring in the Tangrowth again, as I go for the Roost. I'm going to Toxic again, this turn, in hopes of actually landing one. Nope, I'm going to Scald, actually, in hope I can get a burn, which I don't. He's going to go for the knockoff, which means I don't have leftovers anymore, which means I can only heal now with Roost. He's going to switch out and bring in the Cobalion. I'm going to go for the Toxic. I landed this one at least, but he's immune, so it doesn't matter. He's going to Volt Switch again, do a large chunk of damage. I'm just trying to do whatever. He's going to bring in the Mega Beedrill as I Roost up, and whatever this Mega Beedrill goes for is going to kill me at this point if it goes for the Poison Jab, which it does, and that is the end of the battle. 3-0 loss in one of the most, unluckiest battles I've ever had. I missed so many moves. It was just awful. I missed a Tail Slap. I missed a Fire Blast. I missed 2 Toxics. One of them didn't really matter, but I missed a lot of attacks, and it wasn't great. I did some stuff that worked out, but it was just a rough event. The Landorus going for the Intimidate with the Sharpedo definitely was the biggest thing. If that hadn't happened, that Tangrowth would have been gone, and Sharpedo could have at that point won if I got the flinch on the Tangrowth. The problem was having the minus attack. If I didn't have the minus attack, which I feel like I should have just gone into Mantine there and just let Mantine go down in hopes that I could... Actually, what I think I wanted to do was get rid of the Tangrowth as quickly as I could, and then I could switch out, but minus attack would have actually hurt me. I might not have even... When I was doing the battle, now that I'm looking back on it, I might not have even registered the fact that I was minus attack. I don't remember, but it was a loss. It was not a great loss, but it's what happens when, you don't have the best luck. I think his biggest mistake was going into the Volcarona against my Superior. I just revealed the hidden power that was not super effective against the Tentacruel. I think he was expecting it to be Hidden Power Ice. When I went for it, that's my guess. He expected it to be Hidden Power Ice for the Tangrowth, so I used it. But it wasn't. But it wasn't resisted. So it was Hidden Power Flying or something like that. That would be something that I could have. But it was Hidden Power Rock for the Volcarona. The Tangrowth was the biggest issue, and when Heat Train missed that Fire Blast, that was that signaled the end there at that point. But that's what happens when you run Fire Blast. Sometimes you land them, sometimes you miss them, and that's the way Pokemon works. But it's whatever. The season's over anyway for me. It was over when I was 2-5, and being at 2-6, it's already just obviously over at this point. So hopefully we can get one more win. That's all I need. But if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, please comment, and please subscribe, because that is amazing, and that means a lot if you do. I'm hoping that I can get 3 more battles in here that aren't terrible, but you never know with me. It's either a really terrible match, or it's not that bad. There's no, an okay match. This one was terrible. Last week's wasn't that bad. The week before that was pretty good. So it's whatever. But if you guys enjoyed, if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all with the next one. Peace out.